Today's giveaway is an AK Legion of Anubis. I do daily giveaways, so if you want a chance of winning, drop a like, comment, and make sure you're subbed with noties on. Winner will be picked tomorrow live on my Discord, and winner from my previous video will be in the pinned comment. So if you won, drop me a message in the Discord server. Link is down below. So to start with, guys, we have the M4 mainframe, which, I mean, it's kind of a cool pattern, but I wouldn't say it's an M4 that I choose to use. It kind of looks like a default with this, like, I don't know, mainframe looking pattern on it. I don't know. It's okay. It's probably around C2. Next up, we have the Daybreak M4, and I do really like this pattern. Like, the black and this kind of gold color and the sort of, like, bluish white do go pretty well together. But, again, I would say maybe it's a B tier. Maybe we'll put this in B. I could see it moving down to C, but we'll put it in B for now. Next up, we have the Bullet Rain, which I think is a really, really cool design. It's got the funny little guy at the back, and then, you know, the red and the blue contrast super, super well. So, yeah, overall, W skin. I'll put this one at, like, the top of B. Next, we have the Global Offensive, which, I don't know, guys. Some people don't mind it. I'm not a massive fan of the pattern. And for that reason, I'd probably put this in, like, the bottom of C. I'm not going to put it in D. Next, we have the M4 Howl, which is just such a legendary skin. Like, I mean, not only is the lore behind this skin just insane, but it also looks really, really cool as well. I mean, it's red and black with the orange, like, fiery wolf on the side of it. So, I mean, yeah, let's be honest. This has to be an S tier skin. Next, we have the Dragon King, which I actually think is a really, really, like, cool creative skin. I did like it a bit more when CS2 first came out, like, in beta, but now, I mean, the colors, it still looks nice, but I wouldn't say it's, like, a super, super crazy skin. If anything, I think I'll put it in, like, top B, maybe bottom of A. Let's just put it in A now just to kind of level things out, but this probably will move back down to a B. Next, we have this Cybersecurity, and I don't know if it's just because it's a mix of primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, but yeah, I just really, really like this kind of contrast and mix of design. So yeah, for me, this is an absolute juicer skin. I'd put this at, like, the top of B. Next, we have the Desolate Space, which for a very long time, like, this has just been one of my favorite M4s in the entire game. Not only is it a mix of, like, blue and purple, but the skull in the astronaut, like, it just looks so, so sick. And for me, it's, like, top of A, if not S tier, but as I say, I'll look at all of the skins at the end and rejig if I need to. Next, we have the Polymag, which, I mean, it's a clean skin, guys. It's clean. I'm not gonna, you know, deny that, but do I think it's, like, insane or anything like that? No, I don't. So, you know, for this one, I'll give it, like, top of C. Next, we got the Evil Daimyo, which is just a super, super OG skin. It was the go-to, like, red and black skin back in the day because it was super, super cheap. It still is pretty cheap now at the moment. But yeah, just because it's cheap doesn't mean that it doesn't look clean. And honestly, I'd put it just below the Bullet Rain. Like, these are both kind of cool red skins, but obviously the Bullet Rain just has a little bit more flair. But yeah, this is just a solid, solid M4. Next, we have the Griffin, which is another skin which has a bit of lore behind it because the person who created it kind of stole the artwork, so Valve had to switch it up, but it was never removed. Do I think it's that good? I mean, it's kind of just like a default M4 with this Griffin on the side of it. So, I mean, it's okay. I'd maybe put it, like, I don't know, it kind of fits here. Like, it's kind of just basic color-wise. And do I think the design is crazy? No, I don't really. So, yeah, I'd say top of C. Next, we have the Hellfire, which is one of my favorite M4s in the game. Like, just, I don't know, just a little, like, devil guy on the side. I think it looks really cool. I think the fact that you've got his tail going off to the front of the skin also is a really cool design feature. And the text as well. And then all the skulls at the back as well. I don't know, the colors, the design, I think this is an absolute W skin. And honestly, I think it deserves S tier, guys. I think it's such an underrated skin. Next, we have the In Living Color, which I think is really, really nice because it's super colorful and a lot of skins kind of just lack a lot of color. This one definitely doesn't miss on that, but do also think the designs are just a bit too crazy for my liking. I'd prefer something like the Cybersecurity just because of how clean it is. So I would say personally for me, this is like a top of B skin. But I mean, honestly, some of these could move up. As I say, we'll rejig it at the end. And especially if we were including crafts, then yeah, I'd put this a lot higher. Next, we have the Neo Noir, which I've always really, really liked. Like, it's pretty much just a black and white skin with not only a really, really good design, but also just pink, purple, blue. Like, it just looks super, super clean, super nice, super good color palette. And honestly, for me, I would say it's like a top of A skin. Maybe even S tier. I don't know. We might move it up, but yeah. Next, we have the Tooth Fairy, which I don't know, guys. I mean, again, it's trying to, like, have kind of like a dark take on what the Tooth Fairy would look like. And, you know, considering they're doing that, like, that makes the design really, really good. Like, it follows a really good theme and is pretty different. But I don't know. Like, I just personally don't like it. I don't like this kind of washed out look. But But yeah, obviously, like, concept-wise, it's pretty cool. But honestly, I'd have to put it somewhere in, like, B. So I'll put it, like, here, because honestly, I'd rather have these other 4 skins. Next, we have the Temu Cow, which, I mean, for a lot of you guys who like the Weeaboo skins, like, this is going to be an S-tier skin. And I think, honestly, just the colors alone, like, even if you didn't have, like, this anime character on the side of it, I think if you just got rid of her, like, this is insanely nice. Like, just a white skin with the bright blue, with the pinks. And then, obviously, you have the purple added in with the hair, but yeah, overall, I actually really do like this skin. And I'm not even a massive fan of the other, like, anime Weeaboo skins, but I just think visually, this looks super, super good. So yeah, honestly, I'm going to put it in S tier. I think it's one of the best skins, as it's just white, blue, and the colors and design just go super well. Next, we have the Asimov, which, I mean, it's just an OG skin. Like, the AWP looks insane, the AK looks really nice, the P250 is okay. And to be honest, yeah, on the M4, I think it fits really, really nicely. Again, I do just like clean skins, so the Asimov definitely fits that. I think I have to put this at the top of A. Next, we have the Poseidon, which, I mean, design-wise, I think it looks sick. I also really like the color blue, guys. So yeah, that's also another reason why I like it. Now, the problem is, again, just like a lot of other M4s, you do need to get this in a super low float, so this one isn't the lowest float factory new, so there are still scratches even in just regular factory new. But we're going off the design and, yeah, the colors and the artwork. I think it looks really, really good. I'd have to say I'd probably put it in A tier, not an S tier, just because if the colors were a bit different, then, like, I don't know, I almost prefer the Desolate Space as a design. Obviously, I'm not going off of price, so yeah, that is why this is here. Obviously, if price mattered, then I'd change this around. But yeah, I think here kind of makes sense. Next, we have the Desert Strike, which, again, guys, like, it's a clean skin, but do I really think it's that insane? Not really. Like, I could happily use a default M4 over a Desert Strike and I wouldn't lose any sleep. So yeah, again, for me, this, I mean, it's probably better than these other ones, but it's still like a C tier skin. I think the same could be said for the X-Ray. Like, I don't know, I don't really think it's that impressive. The colors, they look okay, but I mean, honestly, it's nothing that crazy. Maybe I'd put it just above these two. I mean, honestly, no, I still think this one's probably more clean, but yeah, I'd put it, it's like a mid-C for me. Next, we have the Magnesium, which actually, yo, looking at this on CS2, like, this actually shines a lot more, I feel like, than it did on CSGO. Like, look at that reflection, guys. Wow, I was ready to put this in a bit lower of a ranking, but after seeing this, like, yo, yeah, the shiny effect on it actually looks pretty sick. Honestly, I'd probably put it somewhere in, like, mid-B. Like, this is actually okay. I'd rather it than a Tooth Fairy, rather it than the Daybreak, so yeah, overall, W skin. Next, we have the Coalition, which, oh my days, guys. Like, just black and gold with a tiny little accent of blue, which almost looks, wait, this looks purple on the site now. Yo, in this lighting on CS2, yeah, this top bit's kind of purplish. Wow. Like, this skin is really up there with one of the best. It also has a super nice craft, but we're not going to mention that because I'm not including crafts, but yeah, this is an absolute juicer M4. So yeah, for me, I'd have to put it after the Howl because, yeah, it's honestly one of my favorites. Black and gold. Obviously, it can't really trump the Howl, like just the legendary status of the Howl. So yeah, it's up there though. Next, we have the Emperor, which, I mean, wow. This as well, guys. Like, dark blue. You've got the gold as well, the cool design. Yeah, overall, I would have to put this probably third, guys. Yeah, this is a very, very good M4. Next, we have the Battlestar, which, I mean, I don't know, guys. Like design-wise, this looks really, really nice, but I'm not a massive fan of the colors. So yeah, honestly, I'm gonna probably put this. No, I'll put this here, like, bottom of C. Wow, we actually haven't put any skins in D tier yet, but that's because I can see what's coming up, guys, so we'll get onto the D tier skins soon. Next, we have the Eye of Horus, which, wow. Like, just look at this, guys. Like, it just looks so good on CS2. Like, I think the lighting, I also liked it on CSGO. It's not like it looked bad on CSGO at all, but yeah, just with the new upgraded lighting, just everything looks shinier and brighter. And yeah, I just think the colors, the design, everything about the Eye of Horus is an absolute W. So yeah, for me, it's up here in S tier. I would probably say it's like fourth, around about here. Next, we have the Royal Paladin, which actually on CS2, like, it kind of reminds me of how the Cartel for the AK has been upgraded. Like, look at the fine details on this. It looks super, super good. Again, if I had some more bright colors on, maybe I'd put it a bit higher, but I'd say like mid-ish B is fair enough. Next up, we got the Buzzkill, which is in factory new, but doesn't actually look that bright. I thought this would look more like bright yellow, but I mean, hey, still, it looks really, really good. It's definitely an M4 that I'd rather have than like a default M4. It's pretty clean as well, but I mean, I think it deserves bottom of A, guys. I think this is a really, really nice M4, but I do prefer the designs on these. And then obviously like the Asimov hasn't got a crazy design, but it's just super, super clean. So yeah, bottom of A, I think that's fair enough. Maybe even above the Dragonfire, because as good as this design is, I think the color matching is a bit weird. So yeah, bottom of A makes a bit more sense, I think. Next, we have the Spider Lily, which, yo, on CS2, it has a really nice effect. It almost looks a bit too dark, though, in my opinion. But I think, you know, considering the price, again, we're not considering price in the rankings, but this is just a really, really good budget skin. I honestly think it's like a B tier, so I'd probably put it around about here somewhere. Next, we have the Red DD Pat, which, I mean, guys, I don't know if you've watched any of my videos before, but I don't really like DD Pat skins. I think they just look a bit trash, honestly. Like, I don't know how else to put it. I just personally don't really like the design. Now, that doesn't mean I don't like the skin. I would still put it probably here, just because it looks better than these 4 skins, but yeah, it's like a mid-C skin, in my opinion. Now, the Urban DD Pat, this is just the red DD Pat, but just worse because, I don't know, it just, I mean, I suppose it's not terrible, but it's just a bit basic. I'd probably put this one again, like mid-ish C, just a slight bit worse, maybe just a bit better than the Battlestar, as I just don't like the colors on the Battlestar, so yeah, that kind of is why it's as low as it is. Some of you guys might really, really like it and might put this way higher, but yeah, for me, I'd put this in. Maybe even swap the... I'll give the Battlestar a little win. Next, we have the Desert Storm, which, oh my god, this looks terrible. This looks terrible. I don't like DD Pat patterns, but I don't like the camo patterns even more. And what are these colors? It just looks horrible. Yep, the Desert Storm is going to be the first D tier skin. Next up, we have the Modern Hunter, which I think is meant to look like some type of modern art, but it just looks trash, so yeah, I don't like this at all. Is it the worst one? These are just both terrible in their own way. I probably would actually put it above just because these colors are terrible, so yeah, this is still an awful skin in my opinion. Next, we have the Converter, and actually, guys, I feel like this skin is it's pretty good, like as a budget red skin. It was actually my most recent best budget red loadout for CS2 videos, so yeah, overall, it's not a terrible skin. Would I like choose to use it if I had like other options like the Evil Daimyo? Definitely not. But yeah, I'd put this in like mid-ish C, somewhere here, maybe a bit close to top, but yeah, it's okay. Next, we have the Jungle Tiger, which, okay, like, what are these colors, guys? They're horrible. These colors just really, I don't know, I don't like them at all. Yeah, D tier. I'll put it in mid-D. Actually, no, I'll put it at the bottom of D. I think it looks terrible. The colors are even worse. At least these kind of go a bit better together, whereas, yeah, no, yeah. Next, we have the Tornado, which is a very clean skin, but again, it's like, I don't know, it's just too basic in my opinion. It almost looks like the kind of skin that you'd have if we're in like a training simulation and I was playing against like bots or something. It's just not the type of skin that I'd want to buy to like use in a competitive game all the time. So, yeah, I don't know, it's a bit difficult, this one. I still probably prefer it over some of these skins, so yeah, we'll do that. Next, we have the Dark Blossom, which I thought I wouldn't like, but actually, it's kind of like a nice little subtle design. And again, I think if this wasn't blue, maybe I'd rate it a bit lower, but yeah, this is actually really, really nice. I do like it. It's still not going to be a crazy high-rated skin, but I thought this would be D tier. It actually looks pretty nice. But actually, I'm going to put it around about here in the C tier. And you know what? Let's move these around a bit more. Let's move these up. I'll move the Griffin to bottom B. Same with the Desert Strike. And then, yeah, this makes it look a bit more fair. Next, we have the Radiation Hazard, which looks absolutely insane on CS2. Like, this orange just completely pops off of the skin. And yeah, color-wise, really nice mix. Design-wise, I really, really like it. The mag and handle look really cool. I'm also a big fan of the color orange. So I'd probably put this somewhere in the top of A. Maybe like second top A. I probably would prefer the Asimov. That's just me, though. I like the kind of black and white clean skins. But yeah, I think that makes sense. Next, we have the Zerka, which, oh no, like, this color alone is just horrible. I mean, the yellow kind of star design is kind of nice, but I'd rather it just on a default skin rather than having this kind of like brown, like muddy color. It's probably the cleanest out of all the D skins, so yeah, I'll put it top D. We finish up on the Faded Zebra, and I think I've said this before, guys, but whoever made this was probably faded, because what even is this? Like, this is just a freaking default, like, get 5 headshots on Call of Duty skin. Like, it just looks terrible, in my opinion. Like, I would never want to use this. I'd much rather just use a clean default M4A4, which is just blacked out, rather than have this horrible design on it. So yeah, for me, I'll put this like probably like mid-D. I think that makes sense. Let me have a quick look at the tier list. We'll just make sure everything looks good. Yeah, overall, I think this makes sense, guys. We have 6 S tier skins. I don't think that's too many. We actually don't have that many D tier skins, but it kind of makes sense. Like, I could technically move the global offensive down, and then we kind of have this, you know, all balanced out. But I don't know. I don't think the global offensive is a D tier skin. So yeah, I think this is fair, guys. Let me know in the comments what you would change, and if you want to watch some more CS2 content, click the video on your screen right now.